Hello Jammy Gamers and welcome to another POI video. First and foremost we're going to look at Shamway foods. Then we've got some strange sort of random POI house and then the power station. A really good power station, so stay tuned for that one. Now on this one, Shamway foods, we're in a town, so not a city, so there shouldn't be too many zombies, but let's just clear out the front just so that we're safe and then let's jump in. So jumping in after we've cleaned up some more zombies, we've got some boxes and crates and fridges, the usual Shamway food stuff. If you didn't know, you can break down trolleys with a wrench to get more mechanical parts. And also these full trolleys you can also break down for mechanical parts, and the baskets. If you break them with a wrench, you pick up the basket for your mini bike. Vending machines can be quite handy in a pinch. Often available at traders as well. You should be able to buy vending machines or not. You can use the trader glitch to duplicate some free vending machines for you. So if you've got too many dukes like I do towards end game, you can just start buying soups and things like that from them. On the shop floor there, we saw a good number of Shamway food boxes that we broke open and stole the goodies from. In here, the toilets, the lavatories, whatever, they can often give you pistols and things like that, but they've got the medi supplies there, which are really handy. And in the back room, you've got some more boxes. So all in all, Shamway Foods, probably one of the weaker ones, in my opinion, for the POIs in terms of shops, actual set shops. Just because the food items, once you start getting meat and start doing your own farming, it's really not needed. Good tip though, just check the roof. Often in some of these POIs, things like that, there are going to be bodies and bags and whatnot on the roofs, so it's well worth to have a little look. Just when you're jumping off, just be careful, try not to break your legs like me. Just highlighting the lack of resources in my opinion. Let's just dump all of our stuff into this chest and have a quick review. So really, I mean, I dumped some stuff in here before going in, otherwise it's just tinned goods and some odd bits here and there. It's still good POI, like give it a check out if you come across one, but don't break your back over it. But otherwise, use your own judgment and see what you think. Stepping into this strange house then. So here we are, it's one of these houses that you find all over cities and towns, things like that. It's nothing too special, but this one does have a basement. Now this one, the basement can be quite handy. So it's solid walls, which is really good, so you can shore up the dirt around the house, and then you can you got a relatively safe house, or a base early on at least. You got a body in the side, so I usually get good loot from him, and that's a demonstration there, quite good loot. Let's crack open this weapon safe and have a little look at what we've got inside. Some purple parts. No, can't complain with that. Some good decent gun parts in a relatively secure basement there. Obviously all those curtains are extra cotton. Let's break that. It's good cotton there. Build some bandages. If you're on higher difficulties, you'll bleed out a lot like I do. Otherwise you make splints and other things, repair clothes. The other sides of these walls, not much going on. Not much going on in terms of containers as well. There's another toilet, chance for a pistol. Other bits and bobs here and there, but really, I mean, they're not amazing. It's just standard house stuff, right? And once it's gone, it's gone. So you can break the sofas, you can break all of that for your materials, but once it's gone, it's gone. The attic is where there's usually goodies. There's not even stuff here. So really, this house, great for the basement, great for a place to stay overnight, but otherwise, Then on to the big one of this episode. So, we're going to do the power station in 2 secs. There's a little gas barrel there, and one of these, I don't know, like an old saloon type bar. Yep, so there's a medi station on the back, a little bookshelf, a little thing here. Otherwise, that's it. There's nothing on the roof. I think I'll go up there in a minute, but just trust me, like there isn't anything on the roof. I'm going to fast forward this and we can get to the power station. Okay, so we've fast forwarded a good deal there. We've gone around the outside of the power station, we've had a look on the roof, there's nothing really there, so don't, I've had a look for you, so you don't have to. How kind and charitable I am. Let's scooch on back down and let's actually go inside and have a look what we've got. Now from memory, it's actually pretty good. And in terms of a base, like if you were able to shore up the walls on the outside, maybe some spikes, or maybe something like the classic horde base that I've done before, some pole and wedge type deals, this is going to be a really quite secure, hefty, strong base to build in. You can always build internal walls as well, get rid of these electronic stations, and really shore it up. But it's a very strong looking base location. The loot here, we've already seen we've got a couple of bits and bobs already, which is I wouldn't say acceptable, but it's okay. It's good for a random type of POI. And what do you expect really in a power station? I mean, this is good stuff. You roll the dice with a lot of these loot crates, right? And you can get some really nice stuff in there, so can't complain. In terms of missing out, if you were to create your base here, I don't think you miss out overly much on the loot boxes that you've got available here. They're good, but you're not gonna, you shouldn't need to cry over losing that loot. That should respawn every 30 days if you're on normal settings. You're not gonna miss out on a great deal. But let's go down into the basement level. Let's go to the left-hand side first. And actually, I mean, the depth of this, I was surprised. Look, there's even steel studded floors there, which I just was not expecting. So really, in terms of, again, sort of depth of your base, you could start hollowing these things out and really have a really very strong underneath the ground sort of base here, underground base. But other loot boxes, loot opportunities with the corpses, a little escape hatch here that comes outside the power station. So that's pretty fancy as well. The zombie sort of chases me in here, I close the hatch and just deal with that another day. But let's have a little look at one of these other doors. So, last minute looting. Got to loot, man. Got to loot. It's all about that scavenging skill. Also, actually, with clothes, whilst we're there, if you had cloth on you, if you repair the clothing items and leather for like your dusters and things like that, repair them like I'm doing here, then scrap them if you have no use for them. That gets your tailoring skill up, and then you can scrap them for the raw resources you get back. So that's valuable just to try and get more XP on your character bar, because late game it is tricky. That door takes you outside, so remember to block that up if you can. And then this is the last little room, some purple gear in there, which actually, you can't complain at. That's decent. We like purple gear. Oh hey, even a really high purple duster. So that's not too bad at all. We're going to scrap some more of the rubbish though, create a little bit more room, and that's it for the power station. Now, really actually quite good, really very strong. You can customize that and make a really very, very strong, near impenetrable base there. Let's have a little look at what we got loot wise. Let's dump it all in, A nail gun, I had that before, that doesn't count. But we've got a couple of purple bits there and some general sort of resourcey type bits. Let's separate the good stuff, and what is good to you might be different to what's good for me. But there's some really good items here. Let's grab it all in our box before we move on. Even the mechanical parts, scrap iron, it's good stuff. So not too bad a little POI. That's it for this one. If you did enjoy this video, it would really help us out if you were to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if there's any particular POIs that you want to see. I'm really looking forward to the summer update and release of 7 Days to Die Console Edition. And let me know if you are. Let's start that discussion, and we'll catch you on the next video, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.